stitched up, boxed up, shipped in, dropped off, tried on. Life moves fast. Fashion moves faster. At the beginning of this century, we bought almost half as much and kept clothes for twice as long. 15 years later, we bought 60% more and kept them for half the time. Every second, a garbage truck of textiles is exiled to landfill or incinerated. Once the trend passes, clothes are thrown or burnt in masses. Fast fashion is unjust. Forced labor for profits. Fast fashion is a pollutant, impacting our land, our rivers, our seas, the very air we breathe. We need circular industries where old looks are made new. Less packaging, more reuse. Threads that last.
Textile production for clothing really impacts the environment due to material sourcing and manufacturing. We use lots of resources like water, energy, and chemicals, making a big mess for the environment, and we definitely need better ways to make clothes without hurting the planet. According to the European Environment Agency, global textile production has almost doubled since the year 2000. It went from 58 million tons to 109 million tons in the year 2020, and it's also projected to grow by 145 within the next 10 years.
Question 1. What are specific examples that a company uses to make innovative approaches to address social or environmental issues?
Even though it's rare to see fast fashion make an effort towards their carbon footprint, there are a lot of companies that make small efforts. Small efforts don't make giant impact in the current environmental crisis. However, it helps create habits and it helps create steps towards bigger plans. For it to truly make a difference, a fast retail company will have to make a bigger shift in their fast supply and demand chain production rates. While they're not making significant environmentally friendly shifts in the processing and production of their products, there are minimal advances that can see Uniqlo making, such as reusable bags, clothing recycle program, and using recycled materials in production, which help. Several Uniqlo products such as jeans, recycled down jacket, and fluffy fleece are often advertised as their environmentally conscious recycled products that use recycled materials and are created with more of a conscious effort for a change.
Question 2. Can you provide examples of how these initiatives reinforce and reflect the company's values?
Example, the company's recycle program encourages customers to donate their old clothing and have them go back into cycle, whether it is donated or the material is reused. They are more conscious of the clothing they purchase and the clothing they already have. However, I do think this can be more successful and more impactful if it is incentivized. Often customers are more likely to participate in such programs if there is store coupons or credits involved as an incentive for that matter. And what I think Uniqlo is doing effectively is advertising their charitable efforts. For example, Peace for All is highly advertised and the information is well distributed to its customers. It shows initiative and it also shows the company's interest in social change.
Question 3. What changes or improvements would you like to see in how companies approach its impact on social and environmental objectives?
I believe Uniqlo is taking steps forward. However, as a fast retail company, those steps might be smaller than the current environmental crisis might require. I would like to see fast fashion eventually morphing into a better form of a slow fashion where it's more ethical and more sustainable, and I believe it's a cause worth investing in, both for the companies and the customers who are able to support from the beginning stages. I believe fast fashion is a cause worth investing in. Slowing down process and funding more ethical production rates and conditions would equal higher price point in the beginning, but it will be beneficial in the long run to invest for a better plan for environment, and it's a bigger project than customers can indulge in, but it's something with bigger company planning is something I would like to see as a big plan for a more sustainable retail future.
Question 1. To what extent do you feel that the company's approaches to address environmental issues align with your values and beliefs as a customer?
For question 1, I know that this company aligns with my values to respect the earth we live in, because it is known for using old and unused clothes to recycle them into new ones, thus minimizing waste. The fact that the store has a location specifically to show their engagement and efforts to improve their environmental practice displays their community to their customers, but as well as using the strategy as part of their brand.
Question 2. Can you share instances where companies successfully adapted eco-friendly strategies to address diverse social needs?
But like I mentioned earlier, Uniqlo uses their brand Uniqlo to gain popularity and have their company known as an eco-friendly brand. Every purchase, every shirt matters whenever I shop there, especially specifically clothes that have specific tags on them indicating whether or not it was recycled down and what materials were used. As a lower customer, I noticed that they started off using eco-friendly materials for shirts, but now they even make eco-friendly jackets that do not harm any animals. Oops. They also hold collaborations that are used for donations for children in need and to clean the environment for every purchase. Knowing this, I'm sure that myself and other customers that values the planet they live on would have more reasons for buying from this company.
Question 3. When choosing between similar products or services, do a company's initiative to help the environment play a role in your decision making?
It's sometimes hard to notice when a company creates environmental friendly products unless it is labeled to be clearly seen. Whether this is done purposely or not for the company's own benefit, it would still attract my eyes as a customer, seeing that it is different from any other products if you compare it to others. Making a purchase to help the environment feels like I'm not only making a purchase for myself, but for the entire community. Thank you.
These days, the trend of fast fashion is enormous. It can bring pleasures to the consumers, but also negative effects at the same time. In 2023, textile fiber production will be 3 times more than now. Moreover, it requires a lot of resources such as energy, water, and workforces. So, what is Uniqlo doing in this situation as one of the most powerful fast fashion companies? The company set the CSR goals about CO2 emissions and using renewable energy. In addition, during the COVID-19 situation, the firm donated clothing to people in need. While firms are doing CSR activities, what do you think you can do as a consumer?